Hey guys, welcome back to Bake the Podcast. Today we have a really special guest. It's a sports star, an athlete, a superb athlete, my husband, Wayne Parnell. We talk about his cricket career and how he got started. I also feel like I learned so much about him. I've known him for 12 years, but I learned some new things. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Okay, Wayne Parnell, welcome to Bake the Podcast. I don't actually do that, by the way. So
I was just going to say it's boring.
I'm copying Caller Daddy. Welcome back to the podcast. Today you are a guest and not a host.
Oh,
How do you feel?
Nervous, more nervous than...
Because I didn't tell you being interviewed.
Yes, that is the first part, but it's a lot easier when I can also bounce things off of you, but now I feel like I'm being interviewed.
Oh, well, you're being interviewed by me, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And I can just cut out anything you don't like.
That's even more weird, yeah.
Is it weird?
Yes.
I think it's okay. So firstly, you are co-host for the sports series. How are you finding that?
It's been fun. Hopefully we can get some more guests on soon, but everyone is reluctant. I don't know why. They probably...
I'm stalking the Springboks.
They're probably thinking that
they're gonna hate me.
Yeah, they probably thinking it's going to be some juicy stuff or whatever, but it's just pretty chilled.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the aim for it. So
yeah,
if anyone is keen to come on.
Yes, please come. The goal for the sports series is really to get behind the mind of athletes, right? Because as you know, I know the inside sort of of what you guys go through and what your life's like off the field. So I kind of want to bring that to the forefront with the podcast because I feel like the sports podcasts I've seen, they don't really touch on your guys' lives off the field. But before we get to off the field stuff, so my audience doesn't really know you. I'm joking, they do know you, but they don't know you that well, okay? Not as well as I know.
Where your audience from?
So we want to get to know you as if no one's ever known you before,
right,
okay?
Cool.
So this is why I'm asking these questions, even though I know the answers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Actually, I don't know some of the answers, Barney, so maybe we can go into the early days of your journey as an athlete. I actually don't know the answer to this, which is maybe that makes me a bad wife. I don't know.
Not necessarily. It's not really something that I share with a lot of people. Obviously you know me quite well. I'm quite a private person, and there's parts of my life that I do share here and there, but there's a lot of it that kind of still stays private.
You know what I find you don't share is I don't know your journey to becoming a professional athlete. I don't know that side of your life actually. I know the little stories that your family tells and and some stuff that you've told me, but I don't really have solid information. And even when we Google you, there's no solid information about
because
your childhood.
I don't really put it out. I think the biggest thing for me is that a lot of people glorify it, and I guess
glorify the struggle.
No, glorify the fact that this professional athlete, but the sacrifice and everything that I've gone through. It's a very personal thing, and it's not something that I feel that comfortable sharing with the world.
Even now?
I think still. Yes, obviously it can be inspirational. There are a lot of other kids out there that can obviously draw certain things from it and, use that as kind of fuel. But I think in time, when I'm ready to fully go into it, I think it will probably come to the fore. Maybe Bake the Podcast is...
No, because I'm must I cancel my questions now?
Yeah, exclusive. No,
okay,
I think
if you don't want to answer anything, it's fine.
No.
So
let's get into it.
Okay. My first question is, I want to know, take us back to your childhood, okay? What first drew you to cricket? How old were you when you started playing, and what drew you in? Why did you want to play?
I think it was just a normal thing back in the hood. In the summertime, you play cricket. In the winter, you either playing rugby or soccer. And
so
then
when you say the hood, baby, where are you talking about?
I'm talking about the northern areas of Gqeberha, as it's known now. Obviously, back Port Elizabeth. Grew up in Boyson Park. Pretty rough, but I think that's probably what's shaped me. But yeah, I think back then it was just more about having fun. I think there was always a season for stuff. So when it's June, July, it's normally tennis because obviously Wimbledon is on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In the summertime, you're playing cricket. In the wintertime, it's soccer and it's rugby. And I think that was probably the earliest memories of me playing cricket.
How old were
I used
you
to
in
play
this
with
memory?
my dad actually in the yard. I reckon I was probably about 6, 7,
Okay.
And I remember, I must have been about that age because I received my first cricket bat, which was a GM, I think it was a Steve Waugh bat. My dad had this funny way of like presenting gifts. So it was like parked in the corner, and I came back from school one day and obviously you walk in and you see it. And like, that was probably the first memory of my cricketing journey really. Just play with my dad in the yard. My brother used to bully me a lot. He's 7 years older than me. So like bully in terms of obviously he was a lot older than me playing cricket. But I just had this love of like playing against the like older kids.
Okay.
And I think it's something that got instilled in me from a really young age, was just going out there and like kind of showing people that I can do this thing. Obviously that's a thing in the hood where age is irrelevant. If you want to be, if you want to be respected, you got to show up and kind of do the kind of things that
big kids can do.
Yeah, that you're up against them.
Yeah. So I know that you love football a lot.
Mm-hmm.
By football, I mean soccer.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to go cricket instead of soccer?
So I think cricket basically chose me, I guess. So I played under 13 soccer back in PE for a club called Blackpool. Did pretty well in the league. And then when the trials were on, we had cricket trials also, but I didn't really do this cricket thing formally. Like we at Boyson Park Primary, we didn't have a like cricket team. Okay. We just basically used to get kids to come and like play when we used to have matches on like it was on Wednesdays.
Okay. So you did have a cricket team when you were doing matches?
I mean, yes, but I mean like where we had like 11 kids who could play cricket.
Okay.
We had probably like maybe 5 or 6 who could play, and then the rest were just guys who were basically free.
Like you recruited
you wanted
students.
wanted to maybe go away for the afternoon. And then I went to the trials and, obviously got through to the next round. And then we used to have training like on Fridays, which is like the biggest squad. And then that used to get like chopped down like every couple of weeks. And then obviously you then go to like the final trials, which is like a 3-day process where you basically play the first 2 days. And then on the last day, they have like a probables and possibles type of thing. And then obviously managed to make the Eastern Province team under 13s. And then from there, it kind of just snowballs.
So before you played EP cricket, so you played EP cricket in grade 7? Under 13 is grade 7.
So, grade 6 actually. So I played.
So you were 12.
I played under 13 Bs first. When I was 11, turning 12, and then the next year when I was in grade 7, I played under 13 As.
So you started playing cricket when you were 6, 7, and then by the time you were 11, you were really good.
According to people around me, again, like for
you
me, I never.
You played for the Pro, just not according to people around you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Fact.
That's probably what I meant earlier about like people glorifying it.
Okay.
For me, it was just something that I loved doing. It was like riding a bike.
Yeah, your mom says that you could set the field like when you were young.
I used to have this book. I actually wonder where this book went. And I used to play the whole match in my head, which might sound quite weird, but I used to be like South Africa versus Australia, and I used to know every single player.
And their stats.
And I used to know all their stats, and I used to create like scenarios and that sort of stuff.
It's not weird because that's what Khalid, our son,
does that now as well
soccer.
with a football team.
Like you get hyper fixated on something.
Yeah, but I used to do it with everything though, which is, I don't know if it's strange or not, but like I used to, so with like kites, for instance, then I would like get into that.
No,
within
I know
like a
you
month,
get hyper fixated.
And I'm an expert at it.
When I met you, you were DJ.
Yeah. So even like that as well. I obviously love music, and then I was like, oh, what if I get some decks and like play at home? And then I did that like in my off time.
Except you just play for like 5 of us.
Yeah. And then I actually managed to like play with some prominent DJs as well.
Wasn't it Roger Good?
Roger Good, yes. And like it's just
something that
I just.
When you became a photographer,
yeah,
and you
I just dive into it.
You hyper fixate.
Yeah.
Do you know that you do that?
No, but obviously
You also
looking back at it
hyperfixate
now.
on food, by the way.
Oh, really?
Like when you come home
Like
and you
when I'm
ask
like,
for
I
rajma,
want
and I'm
this
like, what
thing.
the hell is that? And I have to Google it and make it.
I'll beg you the whole week for it.
Yeah, you literally hyperfixate on food also. Were you like that as a kid?
With regards to food, no.
No, okay.
I used to hate all
Just
food.
checking.
You can even ask my mom.
You used to hate eating.
Not eating in general, just more the food part. Like I used to like peas. Or even to this day, like I hate peas.
I know, that's so weird for me because I love peas. I love all food. When was the moment for you that you realized you could be a professional cricketer?
I don't know actually, because I think when I played for South Africa, even then as
Really?
well, I didn't really even think of it. Yeah.
Oh,
Like I said, it was.
that doesn't
I went
make
like,
sense.
So I played, obviously, primary school, played under 13 provincial, went to Grey High School, started playing like formal cricket there, obviously. Played the provincial week under 15, played the under 19 week when I was 16, so 16, 17, 18. Played SA under 19 when I was 16, played SA under 19 World Cup when I was 18 again.
And you still didn't think you could be a professional cricketer?
No, signed my first contract when I was in matric. Came back from the under-19 World Cup in 2008. Played for the Warriors, which was a franchise down in the Eastern Cape. Went to the National Academy in 2008. Played for the SA emerging team in like June of 2008. Played for SAA. I think it could have been like August, September of 2008. Made my kind of full first-class debut for the Warriors in October. Got invited to a camp with the Proteas in like, I think end of October, November in Kimberley for like 3 days, obviously meeting Graham Smith and Callis and Pouch and all these guys. And then in January 2009, I fly to Australia and I make my debut in white ball cricket. So T20s first and then ODIs. And still, I was like, it's just like a cool journey. You kind of just going through it.
So what would you have done then, babe, if you didn't do...
So my plan was to study human movement science.
Okay.
At NMMU, obviously, back then. And the psychologist for the team at the time, she was a lecturer there as well. And she said, listen, it's going to be difficult for you to do this thing and play cricket professionally because it's module-based. So you have to finish one module before moving on to the next. With some of the other degrees, you can kind of miss a couple of days or a couple of weeks and still be able to like catch up. So I kind of looked at, what was kind of the next best thing. And I did HR for a short period of time. I tried to do
HR is funny to me because you're really not good with
I'm
people.
not. Yeah, I was gonna say actually,
You would be
it's
the
a
worst
good thing
HR
that this
person.
cricket thing worked out because the HR thing might have been a bit tricky for me.
No,
I did enjoy it though. I was at the campus for like a month, I reckon, maybe 2 months. Then I went to the National Academy, which was up at Tux in Pretoria. I tried to study for a little bit. Didn't work out.
Well, something
turns
else
out
worked.
that,
That's
yeah,
fine.
cricket worked out.
So you didn't even know then that you were going to be a professional cricketer. That's
And I
very
was already
interesting.
a professional then.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
it's-
I won't
I know
lie.
it's...
So who do you think were the people that sort of the key people that influenced your trajectory, I guess, in cricket from like that 11-year-old to, I guess,
Well, I
playing
think
professionally?
number one, my dad.
Yeah.
I think my dad's always played a special part in my life. Obviously passed away last month, which was it's still quite tough, but I think definitely him because he was probably my first coach, my first mentor. Also my under 13. So then I got discovered by this guy, I can't even remember his first name, but his surname is Coltman.
Okay.
And he was like our first coach, and we used to literally walk from Boyson Park to Finnis Street. So for all the people who know Finnis Street, that's where my first club, Northville Cricket Club, was. And it's about 3.5 Ks. But obviously as a 11-year-old kid, to walk 3.5.
So who's carrying your bag?
No, you have to, they actually, back in the day, we didn't really have
Cricket bags, okay.
No, you had it, but it was like one big bag that everyone had to carry because you had 3 bats in there. Because of pads.
shared,
You used to share, yeah. And then, so he was kind of the first coach really that I had. And then Christo Ieso, who was my EP under 18 coach. So back then, he used to run like a little camp on Saturdays in the off season. So probably like 4 or 5 of us that like used to do that little private coaching, I guess. And it's funny because like the sacrifice that those guys made for us, obviously as like 11, 12-year-old kids, you don't really know if anyone's going to go. And out of that group, I was the only guy to obviously go on and, you know, firstly play provincial cricket, but then also play for the Proteas. So I think those sacrifices that those guys made, I think to this day, I've seen Krista multiple times. We chat. Obviously now I'm also a father and a husband, and I think I can understand the amount of effort that went into him actually doing that. And I think at the time he had just gotten married. I don't know if he had a child yet or not, but to sacrifice every weekend, you know, picking up these random kids who are not your family.
But that's so interesting that you obviously you notice that sacrifice, but I see you doing that with young athletes, like when they come and sit in our house and like have coffee and food and stuff with us, or even when we're on tour, you always like take in a younger player. And like, I don't think people know that side of you where you love kind of mentoring young players. And I see you do that, and I see these guys going on to doing really cool things, like playing for their own national teams or improving their careers. So I think you do pay it forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I think when you get older, you only start realizing what you're actually doing. Because, like I said, for me, when I'm in something, I don't think about the outcome, and I don't think about the gain. I don't think like, oh, if I help this kid, like he's going to go play for South Africa.
Okay,
and
you just want to help him.
Yeah, because maybe there's 1 or 2 things that I see in him that maybe I was lacking when I was that age, that I wish maybe someone helped me with, whether it's on the field, off the field. So I think that's probably a nice way to, you know, kind of pay it forward and to have that ability to help someone, even if it's one step, you know, that they take forward after spending time with you. I think that's always nice. And I've spent time with so many youngsters over the last couple of years who've now gone on to play at higher levels. And not once do I expect them to, you know, go somewhere and say, hey,
we'll give you a shout out. You never expect.
No.
I'm not saying that you're not that kind of person. I'm just saying like maybe other people would expect like a pat on the back for helping somebody, but you've helped so many players, which is why I always tell you you should have an academy.
Yeah, but players do reach out, and you know they would text you here and there, and also what's funny is that you maybe hear it like via someone else, and I think that's enough validation for me.
I think for you, your
shouting.
validation is just in seeing the person succeed. That's how I see it from the outside.
Yeah.
So, Pani, what would you say? By the way, I don't think people know that I call you Pani. What's your nickname? But I call you that. What's been the highest sort of, or the highlight really of your career thus far? You're still actively playing, but I mean, what's a moment that really jumps out for you?
I can't really think of one. There's like a lot of things that have happened, and I always look at this cricket career as a journey. There's been some good moments, there's been some bad moments, there's been some moments of sadness. I can't think of anything where I'm like, yo, like that moment there was really cool. I guess if I go back the first time playing for South Africa, I think that's always going to be special. That's always going to stay with me.
Where was that?
In Australia. So T20 debut at the Gqeberha, ODI debut at Perth, the Wacker. And then obviously the first time I played in SA as well for the Proteas. And then also making my test debut for South Africa at the Wanderers. I think those memories are always going to be special to me. Yes, taking a fifer for South Africa, amazing. Winning games for the country, amazing. But then also on the flip side, you've lost games for the country.
Yeah.
You've scored a duck, you've been whacked, you know. So moments like that don't really stand out for me. I think the whole journey and how it's shaped me as a person, I think that's going to be more crucial to my long-term journey, I guess, than singling out like one game.
I also like that you always used to tell me that don't be so like hooked on the wins, because then the losses are so much more. Because when I started watching cricket and I met you, I used to get really bummed out when you like bowl in the death and then like bowl really badly and then like everyone's just dying on the internet and calling us chokers and making the worst comments, and then I would get so emotional, and you'd always be like, don't rest in the wins because then the losses feel so much worse. So just like enjoy the process. And then that's when I learned just sit in the suite and eat and enjoy the snacks.
Yeah.
Because if I get too emotional, then
it is a good way to go about it. But I think also you have to celebrate moments and milestones. I think you've been big on that.
I love celebrating.
Yeah.
Although we didn't celebrate the WCL win. Let's
and my
talk about
birthday
that
as well. So
the kids
calling
me out.
Have dinner somewhere.
You were gone on your birthday.
Harley mentioned it. He was like, Daddy, we didn't.
Are you sad that we didn't celebrate your birthday?
I think they just want cake.
You said you didn't like your birthday. So
I mean, yeah.
You can't get sad.
I find it quite weird.
Why?
All this love for one particular day and then
it's
like
the day
nothing
you were born.
For the rest of the year.
It's supposed to be a loving day. I never know how to approach your birthday because sometimes you love it, sometimes you're not interested. So
yeah, it's.
We'll go to Spur. Okay, they'll sing to
done.
you. Okay, cool. Good. But anyway, let's talk about WCL. How is that? Because you got to play with your colleagues, like the OG Protea colleagues of yours, A.V. de Villiers, Hashim Amla, Imran Tahir. I'm forgetting people. But anyway, and you guys won. You got a huge trophy. And it was such a cool thing to witness. I wish I was there, but I mean, watching it on TV as a fan was really great as well. How was that for you?
Well, I think the first thing was I was surprised at how many people were actually watching it. Because if I go back to the first game that we played against the West Indies when it was a tie and then we had the whole bowl out, which is like a penalty shootout in like cricket. And then post that match, I had so many people like texting me who had obviously been watching. And then I kind of realized like it's not just a little play thing, like actually people tuning in. And I think for someone like myself who's actively playing still, I did kind of try to use it as a little bit of pre-season as well to kind of see where my body's at, because obviously I haven't played for a couple of months. And it was nice to obviously play with some of the OGs as well.
Yeah.
And
it was really cool for me to watch you guys because I've obviously been inside the mix and like seen you guys play together, to like see it again, but you were more relaxed. Like everyone's like older,
a bit more relaxed,
and like more like not taking it so seriously, I guess.
Well, you say that, you could, it was almost like, it was like a bit of banter. Okay, banter was there throughout, but like more so in the first couple of games. And then as you kind of start winning and you're like, okay, cool. Then you get to the semi-final. You could see like
got more serious.
Yeah, it got more serious. The sort of like focus was a bit more channeled. And then obviously semi-finals, finals.
For me, it was bittersweet because I wish it was like that team. Like that's my team, minus Graham Smith. I would love him there as well. That team winning the World Cup would like be. It was like a bittersweet moment because I was like, like if we...
Yeah, it's funny because you think of it like, okay, it's just a little tournament. There's just some like retired guys or whatever. But like for people who are professional, winning is everything.
Everything, yeah.
Like even if I'm playing in the street with my like family members, like I want to win. Yes, I want to have fun with them, but like I want to win.
Yeah, I know you want to win.
So like even if you like playing this, yes, the guys are
winning.
Retired or whatever, like you want to win, even like when I play with Khalid.
No, you love winning so much.
Sometimes I let him win, but like, because it like teaches you that if you're going to do something, you do it with full effort.
No, do you know,
energy.
When I was pregnant with Khalid and we went hiking up Table Mountain, I'll never forget this. I was 22 weeks pregnant. We went on the hike and then you were like racing. I'm like, why are we racing? I'm pregnant. Like, I'm not going to win. It's like your opponent is...
It's like, I like to challenge myself actually.
And me while I'm pregnant, like running up the mountain because you want to challenge both of us.
I'll just tie a string around your body next time.
Yes, and I'll weigh you back.
Pull you along.
So let's move a little bit to outside cricket stuff. Obviously, cricket's a huge part of your identity. It's your career. It's what you do. But what are some of your passions outside of the game? And how do you define yourself outside of your career?
I mean, I like fashion, obviously. I like music. I like being creative in like general. So that's something that I really enjoy.
So you define yourself as a creative person?
I guess so. I mean, I don't really like putting too many labels on things, but yes, I am a creative, I guess.
You are.
I am.
I'm like, you're not trying to put, you are definitely creative.
I'm creative.
Yes. You're not just an...
But then also I think, again, because I spend a lot of time away from home, probably a bit less so now, but spending time with family is something that's really important to me. I think being present and active in my kids' lives, showing them how to do certain things, for the first time. I think that brings me a lot of joy.
So part of that is like you're creative, you're a dad, your husband.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just a normal person then. That's a little bit creative.
You're also a professional athlete.
Besides the actual athlete part, yes. I mean, I enjoy all sorts of sports. I enjoy talking about the game as well, which is something that I'll probably explore post-playing as well. So super sport. Shout out to you guys. See you guys soon.
We'll see you when you offer a job.
I mean, it's nice to then be able to, because I interact with so many non-sporting people and probably non-cricketing people as well. So to be able to explain the game to them in a way that they can understand, to make it exciting as well, because I guess sometimes cricket can be a little bit boring. And obviously, but you a fan of cricket. I mean, people who don't
I didn't start out as a fan. I didn't even watch
I've
cricket.
I've obviously done my job well then.
I never watched cricket until I met you. I love watching. It's hard for me to watch a test match because I don't fully understand like the nuances of a test and like what makes it, like how are we winning and when are we losing? Like I don't get, because it's so many days.
That's more like it's like a long thing. So
but you almost have to like watch it and write down stuff because it's hard to
you have to understand. Even Harley doesn't enjoy it because the India-England series recently, I think it was like the third test. And obviously like I don't watch the full test, but I'll switch on here and there. And then he was like, Daddy, England and India playing again. And I was like, like it's a whole series.
So that's the thing for me too. Like T20 obviously is much more like digestible. It's more fun, it's fun and it's fast paced.
High paced, yeah.
And even ODIs as well. So I want to go into like growth and mindset because I do think that you have like a really unique way of approaching life and some things that you've taught me and others. So if we go back, like what did success look like to you as like a 13-year-old boy versus like a 36-year-old man? What does it look like today? Like what are the differences for you?
Yo, that's a heavy question.
Is it hard?
That's a heavy question.
I can answer this question for you, but I don't want to.
I mean, as a 13-year-old kid, like for me, success was going to Gqeberha High School.
Yeah.
Like that was like a massive win for me, like where I come from.
When you got your bursary.
Yeah. I mean, like, and how I knew that was a massive win was how my parents reacted to that news basically. And I think going there allowed me to be where I am today.
Yeah,
really shaped me a lot, I think now as a 36-year-old, success is, yes, you want to have a lot of money in your bank account. Yes, you want to have all the shiny things. But I think being content with who I am, the things I've achieved in my life, how it's shaped me but not changed me. But also family. I think family is very, very important to me. You obviously know that. I think, again, the lessons that my parents taught me, using those things, but then like adding my own kind of flavor onto it. And I think being present and also giving my children something that maybe I didn't get, which was time. Yeah. So my parents obviously they're working every single day.
Passionate about that.
Yeah. So they're working every single day. My dad left at 6 a.m. and got back at 6 p.m. So being able to drop my kids off at school, pick them up, go watch them play sport, all these sort of things, like that's pretty cool. And that's something that I really, really love.
Like being present, you are definitely present dad. Have you seen that meme? I'm going to send it to you later. Present fathers.
What is it?
No,
I mean, it
just say present fathers.
It doesn't seem like
fathers into the mic.
Oh, that's a normal thing to like do. But like where I come from, it's not normal because you don't have the time. For certain people, you'd be like, oh, but that's what parents do. That's what dads do. That's what moms do. But like, it's not like. Where
it's
I
not
come
easy
from,
to be it's also not an easy thing.
Like you need to go work. You know what I'm saying?
It also takes a certain sacrifices to be available to your kids. It's not like an easy thing to do, but we do prioritize that.
Yeah.
And then what are some of the routines or habits that you kind of lean into to stay grounded? Because one thing about you is like success doesn't go to your head.
I think reminding myself where I come from, I think that's probably a big part of me and my identity.
Yeah, like your roots.
Yeah. So I think always remembering that. So when I do well or go to places or, I always remember that when I'm down, I remember that as well. So one thing I've realized is everything's temporary. So the success, yes, it's good, and when you're going through it, it feels like, you know, it's gonna be here forever, but it's not. It's gonna end. When you're going through a bad patch or spell, that's gonna end also. So I think that always brings me back to kind of like zero.
Yeah.
And I just like lean into that. So even if I feel like, you know, something's not right in my life, I kind of just remind myself it's gonna get better. So I think just trying to find what my like zero is for every situation, and then if things go well, like enjoy it, but remember that like, right, you got to get back to basics again.
Yeah, I think also like you very routine and structured individual.
Yeah,
like you always, I would add on to that by saying that you always like make sure that you move every day, and like you very much prioritize your health and like eating healthy. Even though we do like indulge and enjoy good things, like yummy things to eat, you're fairly healthy, I would say. And you always like prioritize, you know, resting, which maybe that's part of because you're an athlete and you've seen the value of rest.
I love resting a lot.
No, I think, you know, prior to the wellness information that I've gotten, you definitely the person who taught me the value of rest, because I was very much on the go kind of human. And then you've taught me like, no, you have to like recover. So I think that's what sports has taught you, like rest and recovery is as important as like moving. And
but then I also take the physical recovery, and then I look at the like mental recovery as well. So yes, when you like playing in a like tournament or whatever, like it's tough. It's like taxing physically, but also mentally as well. And sometimes your body feels tired, but then like your mind only catches up like later, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So also post that like looking after your physical side is obviously massively important, but then like mentally also making sure you're in the right state.
Yeah.
Because again, like once you leave tour, like you got to come into a household where mom is running it in a certain way.
I don't give you any,
understand what I'm saying?
Flipping
so like,
time to recover. I'm like, right, back to programming.
Back to programming,
Go
yeah.
take your kids to school.
So
and
understanding also like, you know, when you come into this space, like you need to then adapt again and like not be a different person, but like snap back into it.
Assume the role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because obviously on like tour, it's like I'm playing and I'm just focused on like playing. I always give you 2
days to like reassume your role.
Cut down. It used to be a week.
No, I give you 2 days because I know you need to like reassume your role,
I need to, like,
and you don't know where things are, and you don't know how to, like what time things happen, and then like I do get a little frustrated, and I've given in my mind I'm like 48 hours, then I'll start being hard on you. I know, we're on a tight ship here. So let's do some, before we wrap up, some fun personal kind of questions. If you weren't playing cricket, what would you be doing? Like right now, you were forced into retirement.
Yo. I think I'd be working within cricket, so definitely.
Like
I think I just
commentary.
Yeah, or
like
even coaching.
show.
It's not something that I wanted to do maybe 5 years ago, but like I think I've just kind of realized that like I have so much to offer. I've helped so many people along the way, and I think through that I've kind of realized, okay, cool. Like I should probably do a little bit of coaching, because I think it'll be selfish to kind of keep all the knowledge to myself that I've, you know, but yes, I can mentor people like privately and that, but I feel like being around the team and being around players, I think that makes me happy.
Okay. And then what would you say is the soundtrack to your life at the moment?
Yo.
This is going to be the way I promote your episode. Choose a good song.
I mean, the song that I really enjoy is Like That, Future and Kendrick, but I also like Many Nights. Just like the whole song is just like so cool.
Okay, I don't know those songs. Will you send it to me on Spotify? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not cool like you. Okay, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You need to go fetch your kids from school.
Yeah, I do actually.
And I love chatting to you in this setting. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Not right now, but
what's for dinner?
No, besides that, yeah. But hopefully I'll be back on soon again.
Yes, we're going to get our rugby player.
And not being interviewed. I'll be a co-host.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on. Bye.
Laters.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Bake the Podcast today. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple. And of course, you can catch us on TikTok and Instagram as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with Wayne. If there was anything that resonated with you, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to chat to you guys there.